What would you make of the squad and the players which have been selected and those that have not been selected? What do you make of the overall team?
I will firstly let me congratulate all the players that have been selected. I think Hugo selected probably the core of the team that he used to play with, and I think this is the first coach that has ever had a headache when it comes to player selection. Because for the first time, I've never seen a coach, his preliminary squad is more than 40 or 30. So he had 54. So clearly there's something that is happening within the PSL and the players are raising their hands. And it was not easy for the coach actually to choose, his squad because there are so many players that I can say we can probably have 4 or 5 other squads. But the squad that he has chosen, I think they will do the job for him. And also, I need to credit him because he gave an opportunity to Smith and Cambell, the two youngsters. So this is what was lacking before. We only focus on what is happening now. We don't have the plan when it comes to the future. And this is what we must learn from Hugo. For him to select those young boys, it really means a lot because we have lost a lot of young players before. We just had under 17 playing in the World Cup, under 20 playing in the World Cup. So he's telling us that that's our future. So I'm very much impressed with the squad that he has selected.
But you also maybe just the absence of a player like Themba Zwane, that has been said that maybe Bafana does not have like an outside
Yeah.
number 10 or playmaker going into this tournament. Do you think with the players that we have enough to like, create some plays, so to speak?
I think it was an unfortunate situation for Zwane because he comes back from a very, very bad injury. He has just played a couple of games for Sundowns. But I think Hugo has found not a replacement, but somebody that can probably deliver on the day in Mbule. Sipho, I think if he can be protected and guided, is the player that can provide what Themba used to do for us.
Notice, would you say this is probably maybe the most open AFCON in years because you really can't pinpoint who really is a clear favorite winner.
Yeah, the game has evolved, guys. Bafana has proven that irrespective of where you're playing, but at the end of the day, who wants it more? So the boys have shown a lot of character vis-a-vis players that are based in Europe. We have 90% of the players based in South Africa, and Europe can't match them. They can't compete with them, and it's only about the DNA of South African football. So going to the AFCON, like you're saying, pointing out, I wouldn't say there's a country that I think can stop Bafana. But before, when we used to play, I mean, when we played Nigeria, we'll count probably 20 players that are playing in Europe, and we get butterflies in our stomachs. But the game has evolved. The boys, they don't care who's in front of them. They just destroy anything that is in front of them. Sure.
What interests you? What interests you the most about the squad?
Yeah?
What excites you? What excites you with this Bafana squad?
What excites me about Bafana squad? Obviously, the game. No? I think their tactical approach it speaks volume because I wouldn't want to say it's an influence of Sundowns players, but holistically all the players. How they have transformed their tactical approach and how they gain confidence and experience, dealing with the pressure. Because remember, they coming from years where there were no supporters in the stands, they were losing games, and all of a sudden they're now becoming the powerhouse of Africa. And this is what I like about them.
Doc, you played in the US.
Yeah.
A player like Mbeki Mbogazi will be going there after the AFCON. A lot has been said about the move. Just what do you make of it, and what kind of advice would you give to a player like him going
Uh, when I wa- when I played in the US, it was what 1996. Yeah, I think that's when the MLS started, and myself and Sean Bartlett were the two players that came from South Africa. I guess the competitiveness of the league, it was not that much stronger the way it is now, because we're looking at big names that are there. And I strongly believe that he has gone to a team that is going to probably challenge him and grow as a player. Because, I mean, you can imagine playing against Messi and other big names that are there in the USA. I know a lot of people, they don't respect the MLS, but I can tell you that it is a competitive league. And for him to be going to Chicago, I think it will be a blessing in disguise for him to go and start there. And probably in years to come, then he can venture into Europe.
Lucas, let me just ask you, you touched a little bit on Sipho Mbule.
Yeah?
Sipho Mbule,
Yeah.
You were a playmaker before, he's there now.
Yeah.
Themba is not there. It's quite a crucial position given the way South Africa plays.
Yeah.
If you were sort of just advising on not to listen too much to advice and just focus on the job at hand, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him.
The unfortunate part is it's difficult to advise such a character. You can't tell Mbule what to do. It's a natural talent. You can't coach him to do what he does on the field. The only thing that you can probably advise or coach him, it's a tactical discipline. But when it comes to what he dishes out on the field, it's natural. So I can't go out there and say to him, show me your number or do this. No, it's natural to him. The boy has got it. So we just have to do one thing: give him the freedom to do whatever he wants to do, but protect him. So what do I mean about when I say protect him? Shoes was the playmaker, and I was wide. But we had Linda and Tinkler. Loss of possession, he doesn't have to track back. So we only need him to his best ability. So if you want him to track also, then you're going to be probably killing his instinct in terms of going forward. Yeah.
Maybe
Sure.
just the last one is, how do you actually advise someone like Bogas at this stage? I think there's happened maybe during your time where players were late for camp for whatever reason, but for him not to drop his head and also for his teammates to actually make the point that they back him to this title.
I wouldn't say Mbogazi, but to any young, inspiring young player who wants to venture into becoming an elite player, I would say to be a champion, it comes with pain. There are certain things that you need to upgrow. There are certain things that you need to be disciplined on. So you just have to work 100% to become that elite player. You don't just become a champion because you're doing negative stuff. There are certain things that you need to upgrow and focus. So that's the only message I can say to the young players, not only to Mbogazi.